I won't stop. Yeah. Play with me, I let it. Yeah. Halo on me, Saint Laurent. Yeah. Got me with the school. Keep one, move. You my little baby boo. Girl, I love you like my favorite color blue. Girl, real spill, yeah. I'd rather be a broke, real, little rich. Fall in love with her. She just wanna be a VIP with her. Don't blame me, oh, niggas shame me. Had to get it how I got it on my own 2 feet. Don't blame me, I'm what the game made me, not what the fame made me. I won't let it change me, I'm the same man. I stay myself, I never change, yeah. Dirty soul to treat me like a stain, yeah. Do whatever, get you paid, yeah. Roll it from the cradle to the grave, yeah.
I go out for my squad and I put that on. Squad? All I got is my word and my word is my bond.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. The Seahawks come into today's matchup wanting to find a way to walk out of the stadium with win number 5 on the season. It's the Saints going up against the Seahawks.
Larry, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Evergreen State and CenturyLink Field in Seattle, Washington. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New Orleans Saints and the Seattle Seahawks. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped. But I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump. Wilson to give to Rawls. And he's brought down after a good gain. That burst good for 20 and a first down. A nice strong run there for Rawls. His coaches back in high school in Flint, Michigan, you know what his nickname was? No, what was it?
The Train. The man can break some tackles on occasion.
Well, it makes sense when you watch runs like that, because when you're trying to deal with a train, you're supposed to get out of the way, right? And if you don't, you're going to get bruised up trying to tackle him. That's the type of runner he is. He can pop people as he goes by them.
Back to the ground on first. Again, it's Rawls. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much, as he's down to the 48. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
On second down, Rawls. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down.
The Saints with an extra defensive back here on third on the field.
Could they blitz?
And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's fourth down.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And they're going to bring him down. Back across midfield at the 45. Pete Carroll rolled the dice, but it didn't work out. And this defense holds firm here on the opening drive of the night. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. They'll run it now out of the gun. They'll get only a couple down to the 44.
And that's why you see a lot of teams that like to play 4-3 defense, especially against teams that run the ball really well, because you count on your defensive front, the tackles and the ends, to eat up the blocking in the offensive line and keep that guy in the middle clean so he can roam through the football and make a tackle. In this case, he introduced himself and said, "Hello, my name is Mike."
First carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout as there's a Saints player down here on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break.
Detroit! Here we go now. Blue landing! Blue landing!
On third down, Hoffman. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4. Down. So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the gun, Hoffman. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And he will at least be able to fall on it himself, but it was 4th down and the possession changes.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. That one goes for 24 yards. That's a matchup maybe they go back to their outer third of the field as this game continues.
Yeah, I think back to my high school coach, John Ford. He used to say when we got big plays early in a game or good plays, he'd always say, "Foul it away, lad. Foul it away," because he'd want to come back to it later in a key situation. They may come back to this one a little more often than that.
Didn't he say laddie or did he say lad?
Yeah, it just depended on what he was feeling at the moment.
Okay, I thought that was the guy you told me about that used to say laddie a lot.
Laddie, when you heard laddie, he was usually in a pretty good mood. Lad,
First down, this is Rawls. And he'll get about 4 as he's brought down at the 24.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And some extras coming up on the line here, readying for the blitz. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks have taken a first-quarter lead. Robbie Gould on for the extra point. And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead. Here's Franks now to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Hoffman. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 3rd and 10 now. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. To throw on 3rd down. Hoffman. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Simmons. And he'll be taken down just shy of the 40. And 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve.
Let's go. Blue landed.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. You'll take that any time you hand the ball to a back.
Here we go now. Green 39.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. To throw on 2nd down. Hoffman over the middle, complete. It's Simmons. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Saints football to begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Hoffman. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. No gain on the screen there. It's 2nd down. So nothing there on the screen that time.
That means all that great acting they tried on offense went for naught, didn't it? Because you have to try and influence them. Make them think that you're doing something else. Make them think that they can get to the passer by letting them by and then setting up the screen and getting downfield. Didn't happen at all. Give a lot of credit to the defense for not tumbling to that one.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He's going to air one out. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted, Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And he spins through. Oh, he's got some breathing room. There he goes left side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Ah, yes, the old tip drill works to perfection there.
Ah, you're bringing back great memories. Used to love that drill. And a lot of times in practice, you work on it, not just one tip, but multiple tips, just in case the ball stays in the air for a while. Having awareness and the ability to go up and grab it, and then you want to get some blocking support and end up in the opposite end zone.
In that tip drill, what do you yell?
For us, it was Oski. Okay, Oski
different
was an
things
interception.
for different teams.
Different teams have different ways of doing it. I've heard bingo, jackpot. The worst I ever heard, though, was Frankenstein. You don't want it to be a three-syllable word.
Yeah.
You want to get it right down and go. Oski is really the preferred word.
Oski. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And following the pick six, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Hoffman. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Frank Clark in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year.
Let's go. Watching that body, body.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Hoffman. And he fires one, but incomplete.
But no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. Now it's Lockett. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
2nd down here after the incomplete pass. Now Wilson to throw again. Dancing to his left. Finds a seam inside the 40. The rushing numbers for Wilson maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the 1st down. Now a toss. This is Rawls. Oh, able to avoid him. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Thomas Rawls with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead.
Well, pardon me, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, Yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see.
Here we go. 3-19. 3-19. All right, now look at 56. Green 39. Green 39. No. Check. Patriot.
On first down, Hoffman. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs.
Get him, boy. Get him, boy. Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
To throw on second down, Hoffman. Flushed out right. And he slides to avoid the hit. A good decision in the end to pull it and run. Gets him 9 yards and a first.
No. Leopard.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Simmons. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards on the play. They'll run it now out of the gun. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 11 more on that one and another first down. Two minutes to go here in the first half. Back to CenturyLink Field after this.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Operating from the gun, Hoffman throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. The Saints on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. From the gun, Hoffman drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down.
All right, here we go. Back down to that Philly. Here we go.
Operating from the gun, Hoffman. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. A chance to get some momentum here in the second quarter, getting their first trip into the red zone, but unable to get it across.
And if I'm the head coach, sure, you feel some disappointment, maybe a little bit of deflation there because you didn't get it in. But I'm going straight to rah-rah mode. All right, guys, we didn't get it this time. It's only the second quarter. We'll be back. Let's get it later on. I want to keep this team up. I don't want them to feel like they've let everyone down.
Positive.
Got to be positive in this situation. It's too early to think that you don't have a chance to win this game.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Escaping the pressure right. And some space here. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Offense needs something here on second down. It is 2nd and long. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Oh, wide open, complete. Doug Baldwin, 20, 10, 5, and all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Doug Baldwin, 79 yards. And the Seahawks add on to their lead.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Here's Franks now to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive. But they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
After the interception, here's Wilson. That escapes the sack. Flush to his right. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice hit, boy.
5 yards left for the offense. It's second down.
Chinese Ringo. Chinese on Ringo. Chinese on Ringo.
Now a handoff here to his running back. A beautiful spin and room to run. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 20. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. So the run moves the chains, and here we go on first down. From the gun, it's Wilson. He finds his running back, Rawls. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it'll make it a second down. So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. Robbie Gould on now to try the field goal. From the right hash, this from 33. And the 38-year-old vet able to split the uprights. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So the drive stalls out, but they are able to put 3 points on the board.
Yeah, just a yard or two shorter than an extra point. So no problems converting there.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
The final shot before break. Hoffman. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or do they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold them to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. Back to throw. Hoffman. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Malik McDowell getting in there from his defensive tackle spot to snow him under for a loss of 4.
Let's go. Green, 39.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Hoffman. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowl safety Cam Chancellor. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. This D wanting to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
And he's got it up and through. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. onto the field comes New Orleans. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
Looking to throw on second down. Hoffman. And an alley to run. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. On 1st and 10, Hoffman. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Malik McDowell in there to drop him for his second sack now here tonight. To throw on second down, Hoffman. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by the Pro Bowl safety Cam Chancellor. And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line. And out now come the Seahawks. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Pitch goes to Rawls. And some room to roam now. A good move on the carry, but still brought down just inside the 40. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have to contend with a 3rd and 13. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on second down.
Here we go. Flex round.
And again this time to the tailback. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
And he put enough leg into it, but it's well off to the right and no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
It looked good when it left his foot, but he kind of sliced it a little bit, and he winds up missing it wide right.
So after the missed long field goal attempt, this offense set up nicely at the 44-yard line.
Let's go. Gone.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Fighting down past the 45. Oh, he's got a little daylight. The 20. 10. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
And oh, it's no good on the PAT, so they can't add on here. And our score is going to stay right where it is. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being...
And he lost the football, and the Seahawks have recovered. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
They'll get it in the hands of Baldwin. And some room to maneuver. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and into the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
They're just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. So the D-line's going to spread out, and he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to get it inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. Now they'll run it on the toss. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game, but what a nice play by the defense. Stepping up on that one. Maybe they'll get things going in their direction after a play like that.
Third down, here's Rawls. And not going to be able to push this forward. He runs into a wall right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down. They'll run for it. Rawls. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. Pete Carroll rolled the dice, but it didn't work out. And that will force a turnover on downs. Very tough spot here for the offense to start. They'll run it now out of the gun. And the ball is knocked out. And it'll be 1st and goal at the 7-yard line. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes to...
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. A great play there with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Seahawks capitalize on this short field as they take it in for 6. Now goal for the extra point. Now, these have been no picnic for him so far. He's missed 2, but this one is good. Here's Franks now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it now because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. So what do you see?
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Malik McDowell bringing the pressure again, and that is his third sack here tonight. Looking to throw on second down. Hoffman. His throw incomplete.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. The Saints on third down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 15. From the gun, Hoffman. Left side and caught by Flainer. They get 15, but they still needed a little bit more. 4th down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down.
Detroit! Detroit! All right, now look at that. Here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Back now in Seattle, Washington. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
Set. Blue 90. Blue 90. Back 99 Philly. Here we go.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open. Complete. Touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Saints are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. No, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him. Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these team special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop.
Let's go.
Looks like he had green on that play.
Flex Brown. Ohio.
Now the backup Boykin, his first throw, eluding the pressure right. And this one is incomplete. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
2nd down following the incompletion. A 10th carry for Thomas Rawls. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. Just a couple there on the 2nd down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this 4th quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the 4th quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score. But they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. They'll run it now out of the gun. Room here to run.
There goes Thomas Rawls. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Thomas Rawls with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And this Seahawks offense continues to pour it on. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Here's Franks now to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punch it in the end zone again. They know it's not easy, but what they do have going for them, they did score the last time. They think they've got a good formula working.
And what about the defense?
Well, now you're just saying to yourself, okay, we gave up a score last time. What adjustments do we need to make to slow them down now and get the ball back for our own offense? Is it more pressure? Is it more zone? What do they have to do? They're trying to figure that out themselves.
We'll see if they can figure that out right here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they're able to get this one across the 35. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground.
Here we go now. 3-19. Back 99 Philly. Here we go.
Operating from the gun, Hoffman. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Back-to-back 11-yard gains, and they've got another first down. Throwing on first down, Hoffman. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
On second down, Kamara. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. It's a little educational piece. I know a lot of people hear 3-4, 4-3, etc. Take us through the 4-3, Charles.